To anyone that is new to my channel, the first part of the video isn't going to be important for you specifically. This is more about things that happened in my channel in the past. I've been thinking a lot about all of these things up until the point where I started to think maybe I'm going to delete my channel. Disregarding anything that I did in my previous videos where I was basically baiting people to watch it so that I can get more views, get more exposure, and actually get at some point where I'm going to actually make a point instead of just making bold claims and talking about nothing as I did in my previous videos. I was so busy doing research about all of these things that I didn't take any statistical purposes into consideration. So let me explain to you what I basically thought and how it actually is. May I remind you that I was already considering deleting my entire channel, and I would have if Logic didn't make the videos on me that's going to stay on the internet forever. I don't care what happens to this channel at this point. I am going to start making new content about everything, so I don't care about going down in flames. So I'm just going to be brutally honest at this moment. Regardless about what you may think about my intelligence and or my intentions upon anything that I did in the past, I do know a lot about atheism and theism. I studied both of them in correspondence to each other. But what I didn't take into consideration is the fact that I thought the normal for everyone was to be an atheist, and we need to prove to you that God exists. But in fact, it is the opposite of what I thought. Regardless of what you may think specifically, the normal for everyone is to already have a religion, and it is up to atheists to prove us wrong. As I was doing research about the video that I'm currently making, I started to see a very strong pattern everywhere, which is atheists are simply in denial of everything. Now, may I remind you that there are different types of atheists. Every single atheist, every single person is different, and this video specifically is to everyone that is in denial of everything in regards to the Bible or God or any type of religion. If you are a person that is agnostic and you want to learn about God but you haven't been introduced properly, then this specific video isn't for you. But if you are someone that already knows that you are an atheist and you're going to stick by it and you're going to defend your title, then I have a few things to say to you. The pattern I saw about every atheist that is sticking by their title and already know they don't want to believe in God, or they don't have reason to believe in God, regardless of what anyone else is saying, the same pattern I saw is by default, you think you're correct. My channel was going into a direction to prove you wrong. After doing my research, I saw something astonishing, which I didn't take into consideration, which is that atheists are only approximately like 7% of the world's population, which is a lot lower than I thought it was. I don't care about what you think about the fact that I said it's 7%, because you're definitely going to say no, it isn't 7% exactly. I don't care. Regardless, 2/3 of the world's population are Christian. If you came from the video that Logic made, then you are already in that type of category in your own algorithm, which means that you already done your own research and so on and so forth. Many of the comments that I've seen are people that already know what they are doing, and for the most part I would have proven you wrong. And the point of this video is I'm not going to do that anymore. Specifically about the fact that you may think that I'm stupid about I'm calling out flaws in your own theories, but when I was doing my own research upon the flaws that I know of, I started to see too many flaws to make a single video upon. As in, if I would have made a video upon every single comment that mentioned that I should go look at this, or scientific theories are solidified or whatever, then the video would have been 3 hours long just about all of the flaws that you have. I'm struggling to understand why some of the people are atheists by claiming that I don't know what I'm talking about. But the scary fact is that you don't know about what you're talking about. You don't know your own theory. I'm not going into the flaws now. It's going to take too long. I'm not going to even mention one. It's going to be in the next video upcoming Wednesday. But one thing I've seen for a fact is that people are not taking the Bible seriously, as in you atheists watching this video. The problem is, I'm still going into the direction of proving that God exists and so on and so forth. But the problem is that many of the people that are already watching my video are already in denial of everything that I was going to say before you even clicked onto the video. I know my previous videos were stupid and it had a reason for that. And yes, I was going to make a serious video where I actually prove points and so on, but when I actually saw the amount of points that we already have in the battles that we are fighting, then I started to realize that you are just too stubborn to understand. With an example that many people have already made videos on proof of God or specific flaws that you have in your own theories and so on and so forth, basically doing what I was planning on doing, but they made the videos a lot better quality than I currently can. So I know you have already seen a bunch of videos like this, or in the direction my channel was going, but still you don't want to listen to us. And yes, I get it. Many people's videos are stupid, the same like mine was, and I did it by intention, but some people aren't. I get it that not every single Christian is the smartest person on earth. I get it that you don't want to correspond everything towards what we are saying as a religion, towards what you believe in science. But if you already don't know the flaws of like Charles Darwin's theory of evolution and so on and so forth, then that's kind of scary. Then I don't know how someone was able to brainwash you into being like that, because regardless of how many flaws you may think that Christianity has, science has a lot more. If I can explain it like this, you will find one scientific discovery that will prove your point and prove you are correct. And then you will find 2 or 3 that will prove you incorrect. As in, it's up until this point where I physically can't take it seriously enough to talk about it. But yes, if you are curious, then in the upcoming videos that I'm going to make, I will discuss all of the flaws in all of the different types of theories that I've heard in the comments. But regardless, this is still a YouTube video, as in me and you can't have a live debate about everything, which I would have liked. Having someone being on call and just talking about everything to reach a mutual conclusion would have been a lot easier than just making continuous videos upon the fact that I'm trying to tell you your favorite color isn't blue because what you believe in it so strong and you are so stubborn that at this point it's a matter of opinion more than belief. What I mean is, regardless of anything that I would have said and regardless of what you've heard before, you still don't want to hear what we are saying. You are not being open-minded about anything. And with this being a YouTube video, I know that anything on the internet eventually someone will hate. Even if you are solving world hunger, someone eventually is going to hate you. And at this point, with the stupid videos that I made, and with everyone saying that their theory is the best theory on earth, and so on and so forth, it's just too difficult for me to understand if someone is being serious or if they're generally just making a joke. Because some people just honestly believes in everything that like Charles Darwin said in his theory of evolution and so forth. And the people who said it, they are claiming it like they studied it for a very long time, like they are calling everything out for me and telling me all the flaws that I make in all the sarcastic remarks and jokes that I made. But still, you can't see all of the flaws that you have in your own theory. Also, I've seen a thing about many people saying that the Bible is just basically full of fairy tales and so on and so forth. May I remind you that many of your own scientific data records upon our ancestors is based on the Bible. May I remind you that we celebrate Easter and Christmas. May I remind you that in the times before, we didn't have to explain why God exists. I'm going to change everything of my channel. and I'm not going to care about the comments for the next few months, because unfortunately I am relevant to other people's channels, of which I'm going to change the direction of my channel currently. If you watched my previous videos and you thought I was like absolutely stupid in everything that I said and just denying everything and think that science is really the answer for everything and so on and so forth, then my channel isn't for you, and I would request that you go and watch someone else's videos, because this isn't gonna be for you. And also, I don't want your negativity in my channel, because as it stands currently, more than 90% of my channel are people that just generally hate me and just think that they are right from the start. Regardless about anything that I would have shown you, any physical evidence I would have been able to give you, anything that I would have been able to prove to you, you are still in denial of everything that I'm going to say. So it's going to be pointless for you watching my videos. If you are a person that really wants to believe in God, but you haven't have a valid reason for it, as in you don't think that science is everything, you just haven't been introduced properly, then my channel is going to be for you. That is the direction of which I'm going to change my channel now. Because to all of the scientific atheists out there, I don't have to prove to you anything. In fact, you have to prove me that God doesn't exist. The video that Logic made, he said, my answer for the proof of God is science can't explain it, therefore God. Which is how I meant it, yes. And I meant it that way because that is how you think. You think, well, the Bible can't explain it, therefore science. And many of the comments and many of the things that I said was basically me just backtracking everything in reverse of what you're saying and saying it back to you, but in my own opinion. Like for example, many people ask for physical evidence of God. And that's the same as me asking, can you give any physical evidence of evolution? Which you can't. And which I can't. I can't give you like I don't know what you want. You want me to give you a picture, but you can't give me a picture to support your own theories. So the whole fact upon that this is just a matter of opinion at this point isn't gonna work for me at all.